Good morning. Got to speak quietly because it's 5:30 in the morning. I don't want to wake everybody up. There are still people in bed. But the reason for that is my mission for today is an hour and a half down south, so I've got to be up and out early. Now, in the last episode in this playlist, I promised you that I would clean the patio and test out my equipment, but I can't really do that today for this reason. Come here. Can you hear that? Maybe not. Well, that box there is full of baby fledglings. Well, not quite fledglings yet, but baby blue tits. And I don't particularly want to be setting up the jet wash and putting biocide and all kinds of things on the patio while they're in the box. So I thought I would leave that for a couple of weeks, let them do their thing. Once they've fledged, we'll get back and do that video. Instead, I've got something far more educational, hopefully interesting, and as far as I'm concerned, exciting to do today. So stay tuned to find out what that is. Okay, so where am I going? I am heading down south to Walsall, and I'll tell you why. As you all know, if you've been watching this playlist, I am currently in the process of setting up a exterior paving jet washing business. And in order to do that, I have been doing a lot of research using YouTube to see how the job is done. In my sort of YouTube education, I have stumbled across a few exterior paving cleaning companies, paving and hard surface cleaning, one of which was Smout. Now, if you've ever looked at pressure washing in the UK on YouTube, the chances are you have come across Jake Smout at some point. I reached out to Jake, told him what I was doing, offered him my services in exchange for a bit of an education, and he's agreed. So, like I say, I'm now on my way to Walsall, where I'm going to be spending the day with Jake, and we're going to be cleaning a roof. He's going to show me what to do, and we're going to film the whole thing. And I must admit, when I went into the wife to say goodbye, she says, "Oh, you look excited, you look a bit giddy." I must admit, I am excited for the day. I've been really looking forward to today, cleaning the roof with Jake, learning what he's got to tell me, and well, just soaking it all in. And yeah, I'm excited for the day. It's going to be fun. We've got great weather. Hopefully the machine's going to work all right. I'm expecting Jake's going to be a nice chap. So yeah, just thoroughly looking forward to my day, and can't wait. So come along and see how we get on. Right, so I've arrived. We're all set up. I'm here with Jake. We've got Jake and Jakey machine set up. And what we're doing today is we're going to be jet washing the roof on the front and on the back and applying biocide. Jake has got out his long reach tools. We're going to be doing it with a long reach pressure washing system, and then the biocide is applied through a different pump, which is all in here. But we'll show you this as we go.
This one is a Gutter Vacuum Systems power pole. It's a 35-foot carbon fibre extendable pole. So,
but you've still got the pressure line going through it.
Yeah. So this is like the thinner high pressure hose. Well, this goes from the end of the pole to the trigger.
Yeah.
And then we have the other high pressure line coming from the van to the trigger.
I see. And the pole, does that come with this already inside it? So or is it just a standard pole?
Well, there's loads of different poles on the market. You could use this pole for all sorts of different applications, like you could use it for window cleaning, to be fair.
Yeah.
Applying chemicals, all that sort of stuff.
Would you just run a different hose through it if that was the case?
Yeah. So this comes with this high pressure conversion kit.
Yeah.
So it comes as standard with the trigger, the hose, and this conversion kit on the end there.
Yeah.
And that allows you to put the high pressure nozzles on the end as well.
Would you apply chemical through the same hose that you would use
water
through?
So I'll show you the other one that we've got.
Into him.
So this is essentially like a gardener backpack, but my gardener backpack broke the other day.
Oh, right.
And so this is what we're going to be using to apply the biocide. And this is a similar pole to that other one I've just showed you. It's just for a slightly different application.
Yes.
This one doesn't have the high pressure conversion kit. It's just window cleaning hose, basically.
Would you ever use it for window cleaning? Is that the plan?
Or yeah, we've used it for conservatory washing. We've used it for gutters, fascias, soffits, all that sort of stuff. So this is quite a versatile pole.
Yeah.
I'd say anyone who's getting into the exterior cleaning business, one of these and a backpack
Yeah.
You can do all sorts with it. You can wash solar panels, conservatories.
So is
gutters,
that their
faces.
Sentinel? Is it?
Yeah.
That's
Sentinel. This has just got an old gardener brush on the end, which has seen better days, but it's perfect for just applying the Bioicide and having it foam up.
Would you be happy using the same head to apply Bioicide and then use it for cleaning windows?
Not really, no.
Will you just swap the head out?
Yeah, I've got another like 3 brushes at home. I've got another one on the way today actually.
Yeah.
From CleanLink.
Yeah.
But this has got 2 50-degree fan jets in it as well, so it sprays the Bioicide nice and wide. And I think this backpack's got about 4 litres per minute of flow on full whack, and so you can get it on pretty quick.
So Jake, this is something you've got to be careful of then. So when you're actually on a scaffold or something like that and that just blasts off,
Yeah.
that could wipe you out quite easily, couldn't it?
That's why I tell people not to do it from ladders and stuff. This is just so...
Yeah.
I think we've got the pressure maybe too high. Now we can extend it to the point where we think we're going to use it on the roof.
Right, yeah.
It's quite a long roof.
It is.
When you went up, I'll have a look.
Yeah.
And we can just get it to roughly whereabouts we need it. And we want it sort of... You go up a little bit, mate. Up a little bit. That's right. We want it to sort of float on its own like that.
Right, one-handed, nice and easy, yeah.
So that's not too much pressure where it's flowing up, and it's not too little pressure where it's going to drop and hit the tiles.
Yeah. We've got some nice control with that. Yeah. Why is it that we're jet washing this instead of scraping it?
So I had my friend Rich come out to do a pre-inspection on the roof because he was only around the corner. I'm about an hour away, so it doesn't make sense for me to travel out just to do an inspection. So he arrived and the customer wasn't sure whether they wanted it scraped or washed.
Right.
Pressure washing gives you an instant result on the day.
Yes.
So it's a massive transformation on the day, whereas roof scraping, you can get rid of like 98% of the moss, but the tiles still look the same. They've still got a layer of algae on them. So ideally, if you can, to get the best result for the customer on the day, you want to pressure wash it. As you know, not all roofs are going to be suitable for pressure washing.
Well, so I've looked online, obviously done a lot of research, but I fix roofs for a living. And you get a lot of people saying, oh, pressure washing is bad for the roof. But in my opinion, having moss sat on the roof collecting moisture and preventing water from flowing off the roof nicely is far more damaging than pressure washing the roof. But obviously, if you've got a dodgy roof that the pressure washer is just going to blow it up, then no. But
I think the main issue, there's a lot of controversy about whether it strips a layer off the tiles and stuff. And if you're using the right pressure, you're never going to really do that. If anything, it strips a layer of algae off the tiles, which exposes the aggregate that you didn't see before. But some of the other roofs I'm looking at around here, I probably wouldn't risk pressure washing some of these, especially when you see things like damaged mortar at the top or slip tiles, stuff like that, where you're just going to accentuate the damage by putting high pressure on the roof.
yes.
And also it's the felt underneath. Sometimes you can't, unless you go up and inspect the loft space, you can't tell what condition the felt is. And so you might find that you get a couple of drips inside the loft space and then you get a call back from the customer saying, oh, you've damaged my roof. So you've got to weigh up the pros and cons. And every roof is totally different. So,
are you doing anything before the clean if you're pressure washing it? Have you made the customer sign anything to say that you've inspected it and?
We've sent over a waiver,
Yeah.
like a liability waiver.
I mean, we can see that there's no damage here.
No, and Rich checked out the mortar on the ridge. That's usually the tell, is whether the ridge is in good condition.
Yes.
But also we've just, you can see the flashing's in good condition as well. We've been round and disconnected the downpipes to make sure they're all free flowing, because we don't want to push all that moss into the downpipes and then block everything up, because these go straight into the ground.
Yeah.
Jakey's already been round and vacuumed the gutters to make sure they're all clear and free flowing, which we wouldn't normally do before we start, but these ones are quite bad. Should we go up and have a look, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to attempt to clean the roof from the top downwards, which is a bit of a new thing for Jake. Obviously it's a new thing for me. We're going to see if this works. It's a bit of an experiment, but obviously I'm seeing if I can do this by myself without a tower, so it would be a good experiment to see if you can clean a roof from the top downwards. So actually it's really helpful having Jakey on the ground to turn this on for us, because we've got no means to turn the machine on and off from up here, which is probably something worth thinking about.
If you're on your own.
Yeah, especially when you're on your own.
So one of the hardest things about being up in the air with these poles is the hose management.
Yes.
We've got all that weight hanging down from the basket behind us.
Yeah.
And that really does drag on your arms. Wow, already though. This is the thing that we can't see underneath the lip.
Yes.
And so it's going to be a bit of guesswork as to whether we've got it all, you know what I mean?
So what Jake means by that is there's generally moss on the underside of the tiles, and we can't see if we're cleaning that off because we're over the top of the roof. So we can't see currently if we're doing a good job, which is one of the flaws of cleaning a roof from the top downwards. But other than that, for the bits that we can see, we seem to be doing a nice job at the moment. Right, so Jake's just given me an absolute nugget clearly from experience. So when you're first going along, you clean the ridge first, get as much as that clean, because when you come to do the front side, once the back's cleaned and you come to do the front side, if you've still got some mess on the ridge and you start cleaning it, you're going to start flying muck all on the back side of the roof. You're going to have to rinse all that again. So, little tip from an expert. How you finding it? This is much harder work than you think it's going to be. And not only that, I'm not jet washing, I am piloting this lamp. Because it's kind of got a mind of its own. But you get a feel for it after a while. But yeah, one takeaway from this is hard physical graft. Is it more comfortable doing it off a tower from the bottom?
Definitely better doing it from the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, the ridge is great doing the ridge from above, but anything lower than that is quite, having to hang out the basket like this, although we have got our harnesses on, it's still not ideal, but make it work.
And what he's not telling you as well is this is a proper full body workout trying to do this. We've started cleaning the front just to get it so far, just for a bit of a break, because the backside is really hard work and both me and Jake are suffering now. So I'll spin you around and we're just doing a bit at the front just to keep this job moving and just to give us a bit of a break. It's so much easier working from below the area that you're cleaning. And look at the job that we're doing as well, doing a cracking job. So far on this job we have done a bit on the back, which is really hard work, having to lean over the basket, and we started on the front, but we've decided that what would be a good idea is to get a shorter lance and we can put ourselves right over the roof on the front, which is going to make life a lot easier, but it's going to get messier. So now kitted up, full wet weather gear, and hopefully it's going to make the front a bit quicker and a bit easier for us. Anyone who's done any jet washing will know that this job is absolutely filthy. And one of the biggest parts of the job is the clean up afterwards. Look at the mess. But thankfully, we're geared up for the clean up, so it's all good. Now we've finished jet washing the roof and we've rinsed it all down. Jake is going to apply a Bioides treatment. I'm not going to go up with him because I don't have the correct safety kit with me. That is
Back 50 from Pure Seal.
back 50 from Pure Fill. What's the ratio we're doing this at, Jake?
1 to 20, so 1 part of this, 20 parts.
But it's quite potent stuff and you don't want to be doing it without the correct safety gear on, as we already discovered in a previous video. So I'm going to stay on the ground for this and yeah, we'll watch Jake do his thing. Do you have to scrub or agitate it, or is it just a case of getting it onto the roof?
I don't think you have to scrub it, but people like to scrub it. And when I didn't scrub it, people told me off for not scrubbing it. But I think as long as it's on there and it's absorbed into the tile, what's the point of scrubbing it? I don't understand. But
There you go.
we'll leave that one to the comments.
Right. Any feedback on that? If you have to scrub it, don't scrub it, you tell me. From my understanding of the Bioides, what it does is it kills all the leaching and algae and all the vegetation on the roof, and it can keep the roof clean for a long time purely by the fact that once the Bioides on there and it's killed off all the spores, it's going to take at least 1 or 2 years for those spores to re-establish themselves to discolour the roof again. So even if once the Bioides applied, if it rains the next day and the Bioides washed off, it should still do its job. That's the theory. You guys might know better than me. If I've got that wrong, please leave me the feedback in the comments. After all, this is all a learning curve. We've moved the machine next door. Thankfully, the neighbour around here has played an absolute blinder and allowed us to set up the cherry picker. Let me turn you around. Just down like an alleyway, which means we are right on the corner of our roof. Using that long reach pole from above was really quite difficult, and now the plan is we'll use the small lance as far as we can reach safely with the cherry picker. Then we'll get the long reach hose out and do the rest, whatever we can't reach, with the small one. So yeah, hopefully it's going to make life a lot easier. So even when I am trying to make a video about cleaning roofs, it's still a get dragged into these roofing repair situations. Can you just? But it's all good. The neighbour was very kind to let us park on his driveway, so let's see if we can fix this chimney. It shouldn't take us long, hopefully. The first time it's been cleaned in what, maybe a year, I reckon.
A year?
Probably.
First time it's been cleaned in a year. Lovely that is.
I am finished for the day, and wow, we did work hard, but I had a really good day. I'm trying to think of all the things that I've learned, what we can take from the day, and it's times like these that make me really grateful that I create YouTube videos, because later on I'm going to get to look back at all the footage that I made, and I can pick up on all those tidbits of advice and information that Jake shared with me. And we can learn from that, and that's really great. I've really enjoyed the day. I've worked really hard. I mean, I've been watching a load of YouTube videos on roof cleaning, and it always makes me snigger a little bit when I hear the lads complaining about how hard they've worked and this, that and the other. I think, come on, grow a set of balls, you wimps. But actually, it is blooming hard work, particularly when you've got that high pressure hose trailing off the cherry picker basket. And one of the things I do know that I'll take away from this is that I need to get the connectors to make sure that the hoses that run through my machine actually work, because hanging onto that long lance with the high pressure hose and all the water dangling off the cherry picker, that is really heavy and really hard work. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you found it as useful as I have. I will get on to making the let's test my equipment video, but hopefully my chicks, my blue tits chicks will fledge successfully, and then we can clean my patio and that'll be good. If not, I'll find something else to do in the meantime. But if you have enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. As you know, I always love to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
I am your father, Luke.